How does doing coverage as a reader shape you as a screenwriter?
Man, oh my word, that's I think for me personally, the number one thing is when you read lots of scripts, you start to learn what a lot of the trends are that people are writing about. And I
Mm,
think you also notice a lot of cliches that people do, which I think if you're just kind of writing like in a bubble and you're not reading other people's stuff and it's just you and your own writing all the time, you don't, unless you like see a lot of cliches in movies and stuff, you don't really know um what's been overdone.
yeah.
And I think once you have read for a lot of contests and a lot of companies, you start to see a lot of tendencies um repeated so often that you'll just like by the time you're like sit down to do your own writing, you'll find yourself like wanting to write something, and then all of a sudden in the back of your head you're like, oh, I've read this exact same cliche like 100 times this past month, and you just get like physically sick thinking about that, like a certain line someone says, or like a certain thing that characters do that you just read over and over again to the point where it just repulses you. Um, and I think that's kind of what I've learned the most from reading scripts isn't necessarily what to do, but what not to do. I think there's way more things that you should avoid than what you should do that makes a script good, in my opinion.
Yeah. 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 I definitely think it makes your writing so much better because you don't make the mistakes that you've seen in other scripts. Um, I know like one of them is, for example, like I remember reading a ton of scripts that just had way too much action. And it would just take, ideally you want 1 minute of a script to equal 1 minute on screen. So when you're reading it, if you have a 100-page script, it should take 100 minutes. If it's taken 5 hours, that is a problem. And I think a lot of it is because there's way too much action. People have to be less wordy and have more brevity with their words. And I also think rhythm is a big part of it too. I think when you're reading it, you can kind of feel the rhythm to a script, and you become better as a writer working rhythm into your script and knowing how long scenes should be and how they should feel like. So
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely think doing coverage makes you a better writer.
Scriptread.com.